Hey, good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome into the second game, the final game of Beehive Showcase weekend on this Sunday afternoon. Stockton Jukes here. We'll have Brooks Besmer on the call. Once this game gets started, just wanted to let you guys know, as we are at 2 o'clock local time, we were scheduled for puck drop now, but the Boise State-Providence game went to overtime just before this, so we are going to have a bit of a late start, probably about 15 minutes away from puck drop. Boise State did win that game 5-4 over Providence, so the Broncos going home on a strong note there. But Utah State getting ready to take on Dakota College at Bottineau. Dakota College dropped that game to Boise yesterday here in the Echoes yesterday afternoon. It was 4-2 the final score. Did take down Arizona State 6-1 on Friday afternoon, so looking for a strong bounce back from the Dakota College Lumberjacks, but Utah State 3-0 on the weekend. Looking strong with wins over Cal, GCU, and Northern Arizona. Little early holiday treat for you Aggie fans out there as well. Cal took down Weber State in a shootout last night, 3-2, to give Weber State their first loss of the season. So lots of action going on around the state for Beehive Showcase weekend. We're ready for our final game of the weekend here at the Echoes in just a moment. We'll be back in about 15 for puck drop. Welcome back, hockey fans. 7 down, 1 to go here at the George S. Eccles Ice Center for Beehive Showcase weekend. Your nightcap for the weekend, Utah State will host the Dakota College at Bottineau Lumberjacks. Set for a fun one here as Utah State looks to finish the weekend 4-0. I'm Stockton Jukes, joined by Brooks Besmer up here in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth from live in North Logan, Utah. What a weekend we've had, Brooks. I know you've been busy. You haven't been able to join us yet until this Sunday, but lots of good hockey going on at the Eccles this weekend, and good to have you here for the last game.
Well, I'm excited to be back. It's been a little while, but you know what I'm most excited for is seeing these Aggies come out, try to cap off this weekend 4-0. And the big way they're going to do that is through special teams here. Looking at it before, the team leader in points, Zach Pierce, is the guy who they go to on their power plays, leading the team in 5 power play goals so far this season. So in order for them to cap off this weekend 4-0, expect them to go look for him on every power play opportunity they get, and for him to, keep contributing like he has been.
Lumberjacks sitting at 1-2 on the weekend, dropped their opener to Weber State on Thursday night before taking down Arizona State 6-1 Friday afternoon on this ice. Yesterday afternoon it was a loss to Boise State 4-2. So the Lumberjacks wanting to finish off the weekend, head back to North Dakota on the right foot here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting 6 for each team. We'll start with the visiting Lumberjacks. Now you'll have to bear with us. The handwriting on this roster is not the greatest. We're looking at Josh March in the net for Dakota College with Riley Operud, Jacob Kjorstad out front of him, Cade Bendigo, Jeremy Klimchuk, and I'm not even going to attempt that one, Brooksy. What's that?
I think it's Kelson Wadani.
Kelson Wadani, your right wing today for the Lumberjacks. For Utah State, it's going to be Titan Anderson in net with Braden Mooney, Owen Ramsey in front of him, Sam Pfeiffer, DJ Freegang, and Reese Bynum, your starting wingers for Utah State. No surprise there. They've been on a tear this weekend, scoring at will. Also expect to see some offensive contribution for Teague Pilgrim, who had the first 2 for Utah State last night. Now we do have some heavy news in Cache Valley this morning. If you were listening into KVNU Game Day last night, you heard the news break about a pretty sizable auto crash in Providence last night. As that story developed, we've had some real tragedy befall the Cache Valley community. 2 teenagers did pass away after that crash. Results of early indications have the teenagers not wearing seatbelts in that car. Speed may have been a factor, according to the Cache County Sheriff's Department, local police that were on scene there. But CJ Fiafia, 17-year-old from down in Hiram, passed away on the scene last night. And then this morning, a member of the Cache Valley hockey community passed away as well in a trauma center. Xylee Hutchinson, a 14-year-old, part of that CV AHA community. We're going to go ahead and take a break for the national anthem, but when we come back, we're going to have a moment of silence and honor their lives here on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. Aggie family, this morning the Cache Valley hockey community lost a member of its family, Xylee Hutchinson. She came up through the CVAHA and this year started playing on the Cache Valley Wild high school team, as well as playing on the all-girls high school team. Xylee was also starting her second year as an official, where she could be seen having as much fun with the kids that were playing. Her and another student, CJ Fiafia, lost their lives due to injuries sustained in a car accident last night. We ask that you keep their families in your prayers along with the other victims that were involved in last night's accident. We'd like to have a moment of silence to remember Xylie's joyful personality and bright smile that was always present. Please join us in a moment of silence and prayer for the Hutchinson and Fia families. Thank you, folks. Hockey is a community. Hockey is for everyone, and we are just gutted at this news this morning. Please hug your loved ones tight and wear your seatbelts today and every day. Time to switch gears now into hockey, lighten the mood just a little bit as we've got a pretty sparse crowd in here for a Sunday afternoon, kind of what you expect in Cache Valley at 2 p.m. on Sunday. It's been a busy weekend of hockey. We've had great crowds in here the last couple nights. So giving everyone's pipes a night off after doing a lot of yelling for the Aggies this weekend. Once again, we'll go through that starting six for the Dakota College Lumberjacks. It's going to be Josh March between the pipes for the Lumberjacks, Riley Operud and Jacob Kjorstad out front of him on defense, Cade Bendigo, Jeremy Klimchuk, and Watoni out in front of him again. No clue what's been written there. Aggies coming out with DJ Freegang on the dot. His wingers, Reese Bynum and Sam Pfeiffer, Owen Ramsey, Braden Mooney on the defense, and Titan Anderson getting his second start of the weekend tonight for Utah State. Came up with a big 3-2 win against Grand Canyon on Friday night. Aggies start off with possession. Big pass through the middle of the zone for Reese Bynum. A little too strong for him, though, as he can't stretch out and corral it. Klimchuk dispossessed on entry. Quick pass to Bynum. He's got someone left. It's Pfeiffer. Beautiful sauce. Just can't put it home on the near post. Rebound comes out to Mooney. Poked away off the crease by the Jacks. Can they clear the zone? Yes, they can. Mishandled in the neutral zone, though. No entry on the left side. Aggie defense recollects. Pfeiffer quickly for Bynum. Knocked down by the Jacks in the neutral zone. Mooney almost in to scoop it up. Second time of asking, he does.
It's already looking like the Aggies have a little bit more speed under them right now than the Lumberjacks. They seem to be getting the puck in there offensively already, getting a couple great chances.
And they're going to run quick shifts, too. Utah State already bringing that second line out 45 seconds into the game. Down the left wing now, Tate Jensen trying to dump that in. Goes off the back of a Jack. Ferry watches it go in. Sanborn will follow. Off the far side wall, Morris will dump it back in. Aggies check up. Back into the neutral zone, Dakota. Crutcher gets a shot on there for Titan Anderson to cover up. 18:41 to play in the first period. Just about 80 seconds off the clock. Looks like we'll get a wholesale change for Dakota here as well. Sanborn wins the draw for Utah State. Dumps it back behind Anderson for Ty Morris to chase. Morris under pressure, though. Quick outlet pass for Ferry at the red stripe. Knocked off Ferry's stick, picked up by Sanborn. Sauce to Ferry on the doorstep. Missed wide right. Pierce for the rebound. Scoots all the way back around the net. Sanborn trying to hold the zone. Jensen can't either. Morris chasing it all the way back. No icing. That puck's not moving quick enough. Good cut by Morris behind the net to hold possession for Utah State. Get away from some of that pressure. Caught in the neutral zone by Dakota. That's going to be an icing, though, as they pinball that thing from a couple feet behind center ice. 18 minutes to go. We're coming back the other way.
Tired defenders out there now for the Lumberjacks due to the icing call. An offensive zone draw as the Aggies are able to get fresh legs. It'll be Pilgrim, who's very hot. Riding the hot hand, Teague Pilgrim out there, Nolan Gifford in the middle, and it's Jack Wallace on the right side. Try to get a chance off this faceoff here.
Gift tied up. Dakota trying to skate away with it. Bogan holds the zone from the near side. Bogan, long shot straight into the glove of March.
Great idea there from Bogan, just throwing that one on net. Good things happen when you put the puck towards the net. And when you got traffic in front and hungry guys like Pilgrim, who's at the hot stick, and Gifford and Wallace, who like to bang away down low, good things will happen when that puck's in the slot there.
Back to the same spot, just off to the right of March. This time Dakota comes away with the puck. Lumberjacks dump in from center ice. No change. They're going to try and apply some pressure here as Bogan gets to it on the near side wall. Poked away from him. Gifford runs into an official and can't get to the puck. Now Bogan cuts out a centering pass. Puck loose again behind Anderson. Sent up the far wall. Pilgrim in chase. Trying to dump back into the corner is Dakota. Didn't get all of that one. Now the second one will be sticked away by Anderson. Pops up into the air. Aggies might have numbers, but a bad pass through the neutral zone doesn't find its target. Dumped in by Gifford. And we're going to have Pilgrim and Giff go off for a change. Backline change as well as Baum heads off. Mooney and Ramsey on the ice. Forward for Walton. Walton right into the middle. Revo had his stick tangled up. Centers again for Ducius as March was out of the crease, but he couldn't get to the puck. Mooney throwing the body in the corner. Puck bounces away. Still flying around in the corner as skates get tangled up. Now here's Ramsey skating away from his own netminder. 16 and a half remaining in the first period. Mooney into the zone, finds Ducius. Ducius cuts away from a couple sticks. Sends it down into the corner, centered back out on top of the point, and no one home for Utah State. Big body fight from Owen Ramsey. Has that puck trapped in the near side corner. Finally pops out to Walton. Dumped back in, cross ice this time. Dakota just trying to find some possession time. Pinned up against the wall this time on the far side. Fished out by Walton, followed behind by Ramsey. Now Ducius trying to clear the zone. He will. Sent right back in. That's off the body of Ramsey. Ramsey can't clear it out of midair. Taken down by Kjorstad. He's dispossessed. Ducius centering for Freegang. Now Freegang has help to his right. There goes Tate Jensen. Jensen from distance off a body. Neutral zone possession for Bynon. First line back out there for Utah State. Morris off the wall for Jensen. Jensen fires that in. Forecheck from Pfeiffer. Now Freegang in to help. Freegang frees that puck up. Sent behind the net. Pfeiffer the only one there. Right in front for Reese Bynon. Good save from Marsh. Bynon, though, again rebound off the body of March.
What a sequence of saves there from March. Two great A chances in front from Reese Bynon. And he stood tall and stopped both of them, keeping that one out of the net, and that's the reason why we're still tied at 0.
Just over 5 minutes into this game, 14:45 remaining in the first period. Bynon, left wing entry. Between the circles, forced off to that far side circle, trying to control the puck. He's dispossessed. Freegang throwing a shoulder early in this one. Not a lot of physicality to get started. Really slow start all around for this game.
Yeah, Crutcher's going to head to the bench after that one as well.
Freegang walks it in, rips one. Good kick save from March, but he spilled the rebound. Finally covers it up with a 14-15 to go in the first, and that net looked a little shaky too.
Well, a lot of great opportunities for the Aggies so far. It definitely looks like the top line for the Aggies is outskating the top line for the Lumberjacks. More speed, more opportunities. But Piers and Ferry, two leaders on this team, will come out now. Offensive zone draw, look to get something going here.
Bogan down the wall for Ferry off the face-off win. Jackson Ferry down to the crease. Poked off his stick inside the circle. Now through the neutral zone, one-on-one for Dakota. Good body position from Logan Baum, and this will be covered up by Titan Anderson. Baum wanted to hold there as his stick gets taken out of his hands, but we'll have a face-off to the left of Titan Anderson. 6 down in the first period, 13:59 to go. Something else to keep an eye on in this one, it's really going to come down to who's got better lungs. Fourth game in 4 days, this one being played in an afternoon after Utah State played at 7 p.m. last night. Dakota also on the ice between 4 and 7 yesterday, so not much rest for them. The good news for both these teams, they didn't have to travel between cities yesterday.
Well, legs feed the wolf, Stockton, so lungs are another thing, but legs, you need the legs under you.
Ferry trying to keep that alive for Utah State. Gets help from Sanborn in the corner. Puck still bouncing around. Sanborn's going to skate off the wall with it, trying to find Bogan. Off Bogan's skates. Now Pierce behind the net. Pierce centering to the far side. Logan Baum in the circle. Awkward angle shot. Glove save March. Just about 2:35 local time. Again, this one getting started a little late. Boise State taking Providence to overtime. And after giving up 3 unanswered in the third period, the Broncos get the job done 5-4 in the extra frame. Pop-up bounces all the way through for Utah State. This will be whistled dead. Owen Ramsey first to the puck. Back the other way. Got a score update from down in Ogden for you. Weber State taking on Grand Canyon today. 1-0 Lopes after the first. Ramsey from the blue line. Off the body again of March. The Aggies are doing well to put pucks on frame, though. Had a tough time finding the frame of the goal in the first period on Friday night. Now a rebound opportunity. Walton comes out to Pilgrim, and he puts it home. Teague Pilgrim, 3 goals, 2 games.
Well, it's a sustained pressure from the Aggies, and this line in particular with Wallace and Pilgrim out there, Gifford down the middle. These guys are hungry below the dots. They always want to go and be the first man on that puck. And that was shown there in the nice little give-and-go play between Pilgrim and Wallace, where Wallace was able to get that first chance, and on the rebound, Pilgrim able to put it home to a wide-open cage, and we're up 1-0.
That's 7 from 1-4. Pilgrim from Jack Wallace, and it's 1-0 Aggies with just under 13 to play in the first. Ramsey flip dump through the neutral zone. Pilgrim skating hard at it will cancel off the icing, and now it's going to be a hand pass called against Dakota.
Looks like Gifford also picked up the secondary assist on that Pilgrim goal. So that whole line combines for the first goal of the game. And maybe some deja vu here as we're going to be back in the same spot as the last goal was scored.
Ramsey right off the face-off rips one from distance. March didn't see that one cleanly, but he does cover it up with 12:35 to play in the first.
From my angle, that looked like it almost snuck behind him there.
Yep. He thought that was going stick, and it ended up right between his legs.
Yeah, Pilgrim looked behind him there to see if he can get some free change, but no dice.
Giff again from the dot. He's tangled up. Wallace also tied up trying to get to that puck. Jacks will skate away with it. Can't get far, though. Nolan Gifford throws the body. Comes out to Braden Mooney. Mooney inside that right-hand circle, centering across off the skate of a Jack and just wide. If that goes in, that would have been a good goal, too, because there was no kicking motion. Another icing called on Dakota. 12:15 to play in the first. After a slow first 4 or 5 minutes, Utah State really starting to gain control.
Well, it's the plays below the goal line and below the dots that really change. They exemplify how well Utah State moves the puck and how well they can continue to keep pressure on you in the offensive end. And this line was doing that.
Gifford off the tie, gets back to the puck. Jensen down the wall for Pilgrim. Pilgrim tied up. Giff in to help. Centers for Teague Pilgrim again, who had to be double teamed to keep him off that puck. Utah State holding the zone, though. Dump into the corner from Pilgrim. Might have caught a body and gone into the safety netting there. Just under 12 to play now in the first. This will be off to the left of Marsh. Dylan Walton on the faceoff for Utah State. Got a piece of it. Couldn't come back to it. Aggies still holding the zone, though. Finally taken out from between the legs of Jared Ducius and into the neutral zone. Bouncing around. Dumped in from the left wing. Awkward bounce off the back wall. Ends up behind Anderson. Still bouncing around in that corner. Past the glove of Ty Morris. Walton swatting at it. Kept alive by Dakota. Distant shot nearly tipped up front. Goes wide right of Anderson. Hard bounce off the wall. Jensen trying to clear the zone. Kept in front of the blue line by number 23, Cohen. I think that says Schmeickel. And now an icing on Utah State with 11:07 to play in the period. Walton on the dot. Defensive zone win for Utah State. Jensen uncontested in the corner, sends it up the wall. Bounces past Dakota College. This is not going to be icing. Reeves on the forecheck, throws a shoulder. Ducius gets to the puck first, just barely. Reeves in to help again. Kept alive. Shot from the blue line goes wide left. Not far off target from Logan Baum. Again, back into the far corner. Baum's going to be there first. Up the wall. Good pass. Bynum tangled up a little bit. Lost the puck. Now finds Ducius on the near post. Circles to the far post. Ducius pinned against that back wall. Pokes it out. Was looking for Bynum. And Bynum couldn't get there in time. Off the wall. Icing going to be called here as Bogan and Baum get there first. 10:24 to play in the first period. 1-0 Utah State early in this one.
Well, we had a chance to see our first penalty of the night there. I thought there was possibly a hook on Bynum cutting through the slot there behind the net. But no call. Let him keep playing and still get an icing and an offensive zone face-off out of it.
Baum from the blue line into the corner. Reese Bynum on the back wall. Under a double team, almost worked his way out of it. Still gets back to the puck, finds Garrett Bogan. Bogan looking for Bynum on the goal line. Pressure behind takes it away. Pfeiffer stabs at it, absorbs a hit. Dakota's still going to come away with it down the right side. Finally bounces out into the neutral zone, and Dakota's going to go off for a full change. Bogan going to get Pfeiffer into the zone 2-on-2. Pfeiffer drags, lost it. They'll keep it on the far side. Off the stick of Bynum behind the net, couldn't handle. Stretch pass through the middle of the ice, intercepted by Utah State. Given back, though, in that center circle to the far side. Sent to the near side now as Utah State converges on that puck, and they're doing well getting to that thing in the defensive zone. Have not let Titan Anderson be threatened yet in this one. Caught at center ice by Braden Mooney, finds Freegang as he gets right back into the neutral zone. Cycles back in. That should be a clear trip that they're just not going to call for whatever reason. Ramsey looking for Freegang off the side of the cage. Ramsey back to the far side, and that cage is knocked off its mooring from behind. It looks like Pfeiffer got hit into the net. 8:59 to play in the first period.
Yeah, I don't know how there was no penalty call there.
That was a stick right between the legs.
I mean, it really couldn't get more blatant than that, but we'll keep playing. 9 minutes to go.
We had a couple of spectator moments from the officials on Friday night as well. It's just unfortunately nothing new in the Eccles.
It's late in the weekend. Everyone's ready to relax and wind down, but still got another game to play, so.
Line change up front for Utah State. Pierce, Ferry, Sanborn, Ramsey, Mooney still on the blue line. Pierce wins it clean for Ramsey. Thought about the shot down the wall for Ferry instead. Now centering for Pierce, who chunked it. Oh, pickpocket, far post. Ferry in to help Sanborn. Sanborn still has it. There's a good cut, but better hit from Dakota. Keeps him away from that thing. Ramsey will hold the zone. Ramsey again up into the air. This time it'll find the safety netting. Still in the O-zone for Utah State. 8:28 to play in the first. Pierce again wins it back to Ramsey. Right back down to Ferry, running the same set. Into the middle for Pierce, couldn't get the shot off. Ramsey Cross-eye, Zach Pierce. Too hard for him to handle. Tried to kick it back onto the stick. Now he's under fire. Up the wall, Mooney across for Ramsey. Good passing from Utah State in the zone. Ferry one time off the iron into the back netting. Had the glove beat.
Well, he keeps setting up those plays there, moving the puck around the offensive end, trying to go low to high, and then they find a guy wide open in the slot with the passing lanes moving open. And first it was Pierce who had the opportunity. The pass just wasn't able to handle it. But then Jackson Ferry, another guy who you probably want to shoot the puck, right in the slot, almost putting that one behind March.
Gearloff doing a good job of keeping fresh legs on the ice right now for Utah State. Gifford back out there with Pilgrim and Wallace.
Well, the most important thing is that you have 3 lines that you can rely on and that you trust to produce, and that's what they've been doing. And having the third line with Pilgrim having 3 goals in his last 2 games, that third line's been dominating play.
Morris throws a nice shoulder, frees that puck up into the neutral zone. It's a 2-on-2. Morris chips around his man, trying to get back to the puck. Shielded off of it for now, but he wins that strength battle. Pass up the wall. Gifford stabbing at it, gets caught behind the skate of the official. Gifford fishes that one out professionally. Across the crease, off the leg pad of March, bounced out right onto Pilgrim, but he couldn't get his stick down. 7:15 to play in the first period. Still 1-0 Utah State thanks to Teague Pilgrim. Back into the neutral zone, stretch pass towards Gifford. Tate Jensen's stick snapped. Had a lot of broken sticks this weekend. Bogan, left wing over the blue line. Poked that right there and back into the neutral zone for Wallace. Gifford through the middle. Poked again by Wallace as Gifford was checking up, sent back towards Baum. Baum tried to play that forward for Bogan. Bogan did not make the skate, was playing conservative on the defensive blue line instead. Bouncing in towards Anderson, he pushes that out for Garrett Bogan. Stretch pass, Duchess beats the change. Jarrett Duchess scores! Duchess from Bogan, it's 2-0 Aggies.
Well, they hopped on him quickly. The Lumberjacks caught in a bad change. A great outlet pass, and Duchess with an absolute rocket off the post and in. March stood no chance. It's 2-0 Aggies.
Jarrett Duchess normally wearing the 11 for Utah State, wearing the 2-1 this weekend. And getting on the score sheet with that number next to his name. 2-0 Utah State, 6:19 to play in period number 1. Duchess off the face-off. Chops it in on the right wing. Puck fired back out only as far as Mooney. Sends it right back in. Aggies will go off for a partial change. That puck is cleared into the Dakota bench. Neutral zone face-off coming. No, it's going to go back into the Aggie O-zone from where that pass was lifted. 6:01 to play in the first.
It was sent out of play by Kjorstad, so back into the defensive end for the Jacks. And the top line coming back out for the Aggies.
And I believe Dakota is going to be held from a change here as well.
It will be.
Aggies win the face-off. Ramsey at the point. Across the right side for Mooney. Tried to fire in for a tip. That was kicked down before it could get to the crease. To the near side, Pfeiffer. Moving well, finds Freegang. Freegang replaces him, now back behind the net for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer through the legs of one. Hit from behind by a second. Puck still free in the neutral zone. Scoots away from a hit. Aggies repossess and recycle back into the zone with 5.5 to play in the first. Bynan from the middle dumps in towards that right side for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer trying to throw the body in the way. Gloved down by Bynan on the far wall. Taken away by Dakota. It's about how this game has gone. Aggies get into the corner, sent back out in front of center ice, and the Aggies just rim it back around. Freegang from the far wall. Takes a bump. Bynan back towards Freegang, who was making the cut towards the goal, knocked off his stick. 5 minutes remaining in period number 1. Confirmation there. Your goal, Jarrett Duchess from Garrett Bogan. Offside called on Dakota on the near side of the ice. Neutral zone face-off. Looks like it's going to be Carter Ralston on the dot. Chopped away by Sanborn. Ferry on the skate. Ferry into the zone. Jackson Ferry for Sanborn. That's 3. March just had to throw the stick at it. He got stuck on the wrong post. It's 3-0 Utah State with 4:49 to go in the first.
I mean, there's nothing else March could really do there. It was a great face-off setup there. Sanborn tapping it forward for Ferry. Ferry able to get around the defender. And the patience he shows waiting for the trailer and Sanborn coming, and he's able to find the open man and put it right in the yawning cage.
Aggies up to a good start. 3-0 with under 5 to play in the first. And again, it's been that second and third line for Utah State showing the scoring depth. Getting the start again was Pfeiffer, Freegang, Bynum, and they've been playing unbelievably for Utah State lately. But Pilgrim opening it up again for Utah State for the second game in a row. Ferry and Sanborn connecting again this weekend. The points come from everywhere for Utah State, no exception this afternoon. Sanborn trying to return the favor for Ferry. That pass kicked down and tipped into the bleachers on the far side of the ice. 4:10 to play in the first. Ferry, Sanborn, Pierce are skaters, but Pierce playing back on the blue line. He likes to shoot from the top of the slot. Almost gets a shot off there, but a good stick in the lane from Tyson Wildeboer. Sanborn thought he was going to get caught offside there. Waited for that puck, swats it back towards the zone as Ferry is slow to check up. He took a big hit behind the play. He's skating okay, though. 3:50 to play in the first. Good hands in the zone, but one pass too many. Sanborn able to clear. Off the skate of Bogan. Bogan dispossessed. Now a big hole opens up for Dakota. Dragging to the left. Good save by Anderson on the first real dangerous moment that he's faced. Another centering feed. Unsettled, though, by Dakota. That would have been a wide open opportunity at the near post. Bogan moves the puck away from danger. Finds a Lumberjack, and then Titan Anderson's going to cover this thing up with 3:18 to play in the first after getting jammed out on the near post. Dakota, who struggled with passing early in this one for the first about 17 minutes, starting to find a couple connections here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first couple big chances they've had for a little while now in front of Titan Anderson. He stood tall, but the bad nat pucks and really not being able to connect on your passes is what's contributed to being down 3-0 and really not putting any pressure on the other end.
Good face-off win, though, and that one just over the crossbar. That had the glove beat for Titan Anderson. Ramsey from the D zone all the way across. Mooney has some space to skate. Switches the play again for Teague Pilgrim. Hard bounce off the wall. Nolan Gifford's going to get there. Gifford trying to get it back towards Pilgrim. Knocked away by a good stick in the lane. Under 3 to go in the first. Ramsey pokes that one off just across the blue line. Big hit in the corner by Pilgrim. Another shot blocked before it can get to the glove of Anderson. It looked like he had that covered. Now Pilgrim to Wallace on the move. 2-on-2 with Gifford to his left. Wallace settles, lost his man, finds Gifford who scores. What a pass! 4-0 Aggies with 2.5 to go in the first, and this one looks like it's going to be a points afternoon for the boys.
Well, again, it's this line, Pilgrim, Gifford, and Wallace, and there was the patience by Jack Wallace waiting for the trailer, and the precision passing, able to find the backhand of Nolan Gifford, and Gifford made no mistake putting that in the top shelf of the goal.
I think Ramsey might get a secondary assist on this one as well. We'll have to wait for the official scoring call. 2.5 to go in the first. It's 4-0 Utah State. They've almost matched their goal total from last night already.
Yeah, well, Gifford's going to pick up his second point of the night as well as Jack Wallace, as Jack Wallace has 2 assists.
I think they said 12-14-7 on that one, so Teague Pilgrim's going to get an apple.
we'll wait to hear again on the PA announcer, but I believe it is Pilgrim who hit the stretch pass to Wallace.
That's right, because he was in the corner with Ramsey after Ramsey knocked it away. 2:17 to go in the first period. Offensive zone face-off to the left of Titan Anderson for Dakota College. Poke back to the blue line. Shot from distance. Gets through a couple bodies. Anderson pokes it away. Now here goes Reeves. 3-on-2 for Utah State. Reeves poked off of it on the near side wall. Outlets Walton. Walton back to Reeves. Into the middle for Ducius. Kicked away. Ducius still trying to fight for that thing. Under 2 to play.
So we do get confirmation it was Teague Pilgrim on that secondary assist. So that whole second line, 2 points each. Pilgrim goal and assist. Gifford goal and assist, and Wallace 2 assists on the night. So this third line has just been dominating the play. And they look to continue that.
And on the season, this is not the exception for this line. This has been the rule. This is what they do. Really good additions, young additions to this Utah State team, who had a couple bits of adversity to deal with at the beginning of the season. But they've really started to find their stride over the last couple weeks with Gearloff behind the bench. .90 seconds left in the first period. 4-0 Utah State. Garrett Bogan across the D zone for Baum. Stretch pass, Bynan. 3-on-3, leaves it for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer drags, shoots. Rebound comes out behind the net, but it's picked up by Dakota. Off the far wall, kept in the zone by Baum only for a moment. Jacks the other way had a 3-on-3, gave it up with a chip. Now Freegang up the wall. Awkward bounce off the body of Bynan. Sent back towards the corner. Baum chasing. Poked out to Pfeiffer. Under a minute to go in the first. Pfeiffer takes a big bump but finds Bogan. Bogan into the zone, tries to go over a body for Bynan. Can't get through the body. To the far side again for Dakota, looking for zone entry. Ralston dumps it in, picked up again by Utah State's defense. Owen Ramsey, stretch pass. Jackson Ferry behind the defense. Ferry spins away from one, looking for a pass for Pfeiffer. Good cover by March at the far post. 29 seconds to go in the period.
I think Pfeiffer just trying to get under their skin a little bit there, standing in the crease. But hey, when you're up 4-0, I think you can do whatever you want.
I was talking to Gearloff before the Cal game on Thursday. Obviously, the Cal Stanford, the band is on the field reference, so we found a way to get the Stanford fight song over the PA on Thursday night. There's always little head games you got to play in hockey. Mooney into the far side corner. Circles to the near side, back to the blue line for Ramsey. Quick pass down the wall for Pierce. Good movement for Utah State in the O-zone continues. 5 seconds left in the period. If they can get a shot off, they're going to dump into the corner instead, and March is going to cover, give them 2 seconds to drop a play.
Now, if you're Gearloff and you want to be extra hungry, you pull Anderson here. You get 6 guys out there for the 2 seconds left on the O-zone face-off, but now you're up 4-0. You don't need to do that.
State of the scoreboard will mean Eric Gearloff chooses to play nice here, and that's going to end the first period. 4-0 Utah State. Goals for Pilgrim, Ducius, Gifford, and Sanborn. Assists for Bogan, Pilgrim, Gifford, Ferry, and 2 for Jack Wallace. Shaping up to be a points afternoon for the boys again. Long, successful weekend here at the Eccles continues in just a moment. Stockton Jukes and Brooks Besmer with you on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel for Game 8 of 8. Beehive Showcase weekend rolls along. Welcome back, hockey fans, to the George S. Eccles Ice Center here in North Logan, Utah. I'm Stockton Jukes with Brooks Bessemer on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. Apologies for the clock and the scoreboard issues. I am trying to do all this from in front of the computer while we're calling the game. It can be a little hard to try and update all the graphics and stuff mid-call. But it is 4-0 Utah State after the first period. Getting ready for the second set of 20, and it's been a points day for Utah State once again for Beehive Showcase weekend at the Eccles. Brooks, take us through our scoring so far.
Well, what we've seen in particular is the third line for the Aggies all combining 2 points each, right? So that's going to be Teague Pilgrim, Jack Wallace, and I believe Nolan Gifford as well. So, yeah, a goal and an assist for Pilgrim. He opened the scoring tonight. Jack Wallace having those 2 assists. He had, of course, the assist on the Gifford goal as well, which was, I believe, the third goal of the game. But, yeah, I'm going to say that these guys are going to continue to get more shifts this game as they're going to hope to really keep, foot on the gas pedal, and they're going to try to keep increasing this lead. But already up 4 after 20 minutes of play, and it's really been due to that third line.
Same top line for Utah State to start off this period in Mooney, Ramsey, Pfeiffer, Freegang, Bynan. They'll chip and chase to start the period, kept on the wall on that far side by Pfeiffer. Scooped up Freegang behind the net, opens up a shot, rebound opportunity, chugged back in, and it bounces through. Pfeiffer back on the sheet, 21 seconds into the period.
Well, that was a quick one, and it all started when I believe it was Freegang able to take a man off the puck behind the net, pinching him off on the wall, got a shot through, hit the pad of the goaltender, March, and right onto the tape of Pfeiffer, and is kind of a knuckle puck going into the net, but it still snuck its way in. And, 21 seconds in, we're already on the board again.
2 more Aggies on the score sheet for the first time this afternoon. Takes us to 9 total point scores for Utah State. Pfeiffer the goal, Freegang the assist, and it's 5-0 Utah State. Kind of a bouncing Betty that just got back behind the back of March, who, again, just got trapped on the near post. We've seen it a couple times today where he's trying to make a play that his defense can't make and just gets stuck.
Well, what you want to see is, if you're March, you want to see your defenseman tying up sticks in front of you, and Pfeiffer's just wide open, no one near him.
Again, Freegang on the entry, give and go with Pfeiffer, gets knocked away. Aggies dump back in as they check up. Stretch pass through the middle, finds Ramsey on the opposite blue line. Now Freegang, blue line to blue line, drags past one. Nice slide in from the second player, and he gets shoved into the boards by Freegang. DJ might be a little lucky not to get an arm on that. Ramsey's going to beat his man down to the puck and keep it alive for Utah State. Just a minute down in period number 2. Up the wall again. Bynan playing a little footsie with it. Give and go Pfeiffer. Bynan circles in the corner. Bynan past the stick, backhand over the shoulder and wide left. Icing going to be called here as Mooney skates back to the puck. 18:37 to play in period number 2. Had a couple questions about AM radio feeds. We have been working out some in-arena AM accessibility. We know a couple of you like to tune in from inside the building. The delay can be a little rough. Got it on that delay for our caption generation. It's one of the requirements to keep a live stream alive on YouTube. But we have been getting an AM radio feed for select games. Expect to have that one for the remaining 4 home games this year for Utah State. It's 16:20 AM. Not sure if it's accessible on a radio app on your phone. Been told that it needs to be accessed by a handheld AM radio. Usually that's only about $5, $10. Set yourself back a little bit at a Radio Shack or wherever they have those nowadays. And you can tune in from inside the arena, 16:20 AM. That feed not going to reach anywhere outside the Eccles, so can't throw it on in the car. But if you do like to tune in from inside the building, keep that information in your back pocket, 16:20 AM. The next home game for Utah State, December 5th, and they score again. This time it's the captain, Zach Pierce.
Well, it was right off the face-off. I believe it was Sanborn who tied his man up, and Pierce just walked right through, grabbed the puck, and the patience to make a move and dance around March before tucking it in, just sliding it past him on the ice. And the team leader in points increases that lead.
I think Ferry wants an assist there because he was skating over to the scorer's table pointing at himself. So we'll have to wait, see what the call is from Craig. Ferry trying to go wall-to-wall for Pierce. Knocked away to Tate Jensen. 6-0 Utah State. So it's just going to be Pierce unassisted off the face-off tie-up.
I don't think Jackson's going to like that call very much.
No.
He'll check the stats after the game.
Two minutes down to the second period. Already 2 goals for Utah State early in this frame and starting to run away with it. Oh, good move behind the net for Pierce. He got tripped up, and they don't call it. Up the wall for Sanborn, bouncing around, finds Pierce behind the net again. Pierce looking for the Michigan. Can't get it up.
Well, he paid the price for it as well, though.
Can't imagine that a team down 6-0 likes to see that being attempted.
Definitely not. I mean, even if it's a tie game and you see a guy trying to do the Michigan behind your net, you expect that he's going to get an elbow to the head.
Icing called on Dakota. They're going to be stuck in their defensive zone with 17:28 to go in the second. Hey, listen, Pierce has some energy to burn off, man. He was ejected early in Thursday and Friday night's game. We were talking to him after he got tossed in Friday night's game. He said it was self-defense. He got his stick up into the mask of another guy. I'm inclined to believe him. But we were talking after that game on Friday. He said, I don't even – my gear's still dry. 2 games down on the weekend, and my gear's still dry. So he's been wanting to get back active for this team. Was a big part of that game yesterday for Utah State and back on the score sheet again this afternoon. Gifford follows this one down the left wing. Hits the brakes in the corner, looking for an outlet in the middle of the zone, taken away on the wall. Wallace going to go in and return the favor as that's cleared in towards Anderson, poked to the near side. Off the back of the cage, Wallace will scoop it up. Wallace looking for Pilgrim. Now Gifford, a little too strong for him, goes underneath his skates. Off the sidewall, dumped in for Dakota. Bogan there first, swats it away, Pilgrim in to help. Now here goes Gifford, 2-on-3 for Utah State. Nice pass, Wallace cuts. Wallace is blown up. What a hit from Ryan Pagel. Jack Wallace pops right back up, but Pagel saving another one.
Chirping Wallace on his way back to the bench as he's just pointing at the scoreboard. Oh, man. I've never been a fan of the scoreboard chirp, but maybe that's because I found myself on the wrong side of it a few too many times.
Yikes.
But, no, a great hit. And the physicality is definitely setting in, and the frustration of being down 6-0 at the beginning of the second period. It's setting in for Dakota, and they're definitely going to start ramping up the physicality, and maybe not even the physicality part, but just also unnecessary, roughness and all that. So.
And listen, I think the frustration for Dakota is because, look, last year you kind of expected this kind of game for the Lumberjacks, but this year, especially after they take down Arizona State 6-1 on neutral ice on Friday afternoon. Oh, rebound opportunity kicked away by Titan Anderson. Couldn't cover it. Nearly put home by Dakota.
Definitely the best chance they've had all night, and Anderson standing tall.
Another long shot. Airmails that one into the back safety netting. Going back to that point, though, Dakota last year had a tough time. They've had some good quality showings this year, so definitely capable of more than they're putting out there right now. Brooks, when you're playing kind of below the level that you know you're capable of, does that just kind of feed into your physicality?
It does, and what kind of happens is when you're playing down to another team's level, and when you know you should be better than them, that's when the frustration sets in, but it's really all about momentum. You get that momentum back, say, like the 6-1 win over Arizona State. A win like that can, breed momentum and keep you rolling for games past, but it looks like the momentum may be ended.
Ramsey picks it up in the D zone for Utah State. Just under 16 to play. So scoring finally confirmed for those 2 goals for Utah State early in this period. Pierce unassisted, and then it was Sanborn from Ferry. Or no, excuse me, it was Pfeiffer from Freegang. It was the Ferry assist was the 4th goal of the game in the end of the first. Anyway, 15:25 to play in the second. Wholesale change for both benches. Oh, I don't think I put the 6th goal on the scoreboard yet, did I? No, I didn't. There we go.
Gonna have a weird face-off play. We haven't seen this before. Morris lining up on the right wing as Bynum takes the draw and Pfeiffer's up at the point. Now they'll switch. I think his face-off was lost, so unable to make that play.
Utah State's got a couple wingers in Pfeiffer and Pierce who like to play up high in the zone. You'll see Pierce play on the blue line on the power play unit a lot.
Well, it keeps the defense on their toes when they see something different lining up.
Oh, great stretch pass. Pfeiffer back into the zone, leaves it for Bynum. Bynum circles the net. Backdoor pass, scoots out to Morris. Morris back down low. Freegang rips one. Good save, post to post, and that one pops out.
Probably March's best stop of the night there.
Jensen collides with Pagel on the far side, and you can tell Pagel is really trying to ramp the physicality up for the Jacks.
Yeah, he had that huge hit on Wallace cutting through the middle of the slot there. And
it was about as textbook as you can get to.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, well, Jensen's a heavy customer, so I don't know how many more times he wants to go shoulder to shoulder with him. But
Morris forces this one into that far side corner, avoids the hit. Ferry comes away with the puck, clears the zone by an inch or two. Jensen, stretch pass. Stick to stick, Jackson Ferry trying to cut back through the legs of his man, kicked away. Now here go the Jacks. 3-on-3, quick shot off the blocker of Titan Anderson into the netting.
Good tracking and rebound control there by Titan, able to get that one up into the netting, and a defensive zone draw coming up to his right now.
Just under
good
14.
Speed as well. Good speed coming in there from Dakota as well, one of their other better chances of the night.
It's one of the ways they beat Arizona State was just the speed through the neutral zone, and granted, Sparky Hockey was not passing as well as Utah State's passing tonight. Again, dumped back in as Dakota's forced to check up. They do keep it in the zone, though. Good skating from number 74. Looks like it's Christian Crutcher. Forward to Ferry. This is not going to be icing. Jackson's going to get there first. 13.5 to play. Nice backhand feed on top of the crease. Bomb a little late to it, but does get a second effort opportunity. Now he's going to be thrown down behind the play. Slew-footed by number 15 for the Jacks. Not seeing that number on our roster here, but yeah, just some extra pushing and shoving on Logan Baum well behind the play.
Like Marcus Loritz.
Yep. No, they're going to get number 7. It's not 15. That's Nick Kofer.
Well, as I was talking about the pregame here, Stockton, Zach Pierce, leading power play goal scorer and, of course, leading goal scorer for the Aggies. Look for them to funnel stuff through him there on the weak side. He's on his offhand, so he can, walk in and rip shots very easily. And if he's not ripping shots, he's going to look for the bump guy in Pfeiffer, and he's going to find him.
There he is, top of the circle here on the right side. Dishes across, circle to circle, was looking for Pfeiffer. Puck bounces out to Sanborn and off the back of the cage. After a big bounce off the back glass, one clearance down for Dakota. 15 seconds off the power play for Utah State. Your Monster Energy power play for the Aggies, their first of the contest. Drop your favorite Monster flavor in the chat. Mine's Pacific Punch right now. 12:45 to play in the second period. Under 90 seconds on the power play for Utah State. Ferry lost a pass there. Now works Pierce down the near side wall. Pierce trying to go wall to wall there for Pfeiffer. Keeps it on the blue line this time for Bogan. Now they do find Pfeiffer, but it takes a weird bounce over his stick. Pierce calling for it on top of the slot. Not going to get the pass. Too many bodies in the way. Now Ferry finds him on top of the circle on the right. Back to Jackson Ferry. Circles the net on the goal line. Drops the pass to Pierce. Somehow saved on the far post.
Right on the back door. They run that play a lot where they're going to be going below the goal line behind the net, and they reverse that pass back to the near post.
It's a play they ran a ton last year when Dylan Hale was on that power play unit.
Yeah, and well, I mean, right there, pretty hard angle to put that one in, trying to bank it in off of March, I think, was Pierce trying to find his 6th power play goal of the year. But still with 54 seconds on the man advantage, the second unit will come out, and it's not like the second unit won't put one in the back of the net either.
Ramsey rips one from distance. Too many bodies in the way. Cleared out to Logan Baum on the opposite side. Now Freegang. From the corner, back behind the net. Return service, now finds Baum. Freegang trying to rip that one all the way across circle to circle. Ramsey wasn't making the skate anyway. Cleared out. 25 seconds to go on the power play for Utah State. 11 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the second. Great pass to Freegang, 2-on-2 as Pilgrim skates in to join him. Pilgrim in the corner, wrapping around. Now cuts back to that far post. Finds Freegang 5 feet from the net, and a big reaction save from March.
Just stuck that left pad out there, and I mean, he's had no help all night, and he's honestly stood pretty tall.
Back to even strength, and Dakota almost gets a numbers break there, but can't handle the entry pass. Puck bounces out to Teague Pilgrim. He gives it up, though, right in front of Anderson. Rebound comes out. Anderson follows it across, and the shot is not taken. Big missed opportunity from Whitney. Tripped up there was Ramsey on the way out of the zone. No arm in the air again. He flips that forward to March. Now Ducius trying to keep it in the zone. Knocked down by Reeves.
Offsides,
Reeves was just behind the line. 10:42 to play in the second.
Well, the power play had a couple good chances. Really nothing to set it apart from other ones, but good puck movement. I think the issue was that they were just trying to throw those hard far side passes across the ice when it's clumped up there in the middle when you have the penalty killers collapsing in the middle of the zone. What you want to do is work it around the outside, low to high. And when you work it around low to high on the outside, that's when you'll find those seam passes in the middle. You can find your bump guy in the middle and get a good shot, which is what they did with Freegang.
Ty Morris off a shin into the corner, can't get back to the puck. Dakota again trapped in their own zone, passing into the neutral zone and intercepted. Ducius back across center ice. Gets around 2 hits there. And again, it was Pagel trying to make his impact on this game.
I mean, he's been skating really well. He's always trying to finish his checks. He does another one there on Ducius in the corner.
Ducius pass intercepted. He was looking for Morris. Now a 2-on-1 for Dakota. Ty Morris closes that gap, makes it 2-on-2, and a good kick save from Anderson on the slide attempt from Braden Mooney. Bounces out for Revo. Reeves makes a good cut, slows down, gets numbers for Utah State, centering towards Dylan Walton, and that's poked away from Walton. Walton gets it right back, though. Good stick positioning. Cross-ice pass, thought he had a teammate. He did not.
I will say the jersey combination's probably not the smartest.
No, forest green on navy blue. It's pretty easy to mix up in motion. Now a great shot on the near side. Off the post. That beat Anderson to the near post and ricocheted across to the far side of the ice. 9:25 to play in the second period. Dakota's starting to get some chances on Anderson, but a good glove save from Titan.
Well, it was Gage Fox who kept coming in. I mean, he had the one opportunity down the left side and again another opportunity right in front, and this time hits the crossbar. But again, these attempts don't go unnoticed, and in a game where you're down 6-0, still a lot of hockey left. All it takes is one goal, and you can get that momentum to swing back, and you can hopefully start piling stuff on.
We saw Providence erase a 3-goal deficit in a matter of about 7.5 minutes earlier this afternoon in the Eccles. Boise would win that game in overtime.
Off a great play, too.
Jacks again get that possession back in the D zone. Great pass with pace forward for Fox. Fox awkward angle, tipped back behind the net by Ramsey. Good entry again. Better poke from Braden Mooney. Pilgrim to it, off the glass. Poked at by Wallace. His stick, that's going to be a high stick, so Dakota's going to take a touch here. Still bouncing around on the blue line for Utah State. 8.5 remaining in the second. Mooney picks it up on the red line. To his right for Wallace. Great pass. Wallace with space. Wallace towards the net. Rebound comes out behind the net for Utah State and finally cleared away. Gifford intercepted in the neutral zone. Ferry was still offside. Aggies will dump in for a change. Good tip from Ferry. Keeps the break in that O zone for Utah State. Now Sanborn into the corner to follow a deflected puck. Ushers it around for Zach Pierce on the opposite side. Pierce back to the near side for Ferry. Ferry in front. What a cut from Sanborn. Just couldn't finish that shot. Two misses, Bogan and the Lumberjacks. Finally dumped in for Logan Baum. This is going to be icing. 7:33 to go in period number 2.
Didn't look like there's a lot of sense of urgency in those couple minutes that just went by without a whistle, but an icing call and an offensive zone face-off for the top scoring line for the Aggies with Pierce, Ferry, and Sanborn out there. They've combined for, I think, just 2 goals tonight, actually. One from Pierce, one from Sanborn.
This will be off to the right of March. Pierce wins it back to Ferry. Ferry's quick shot goes off a stick and into the safety netting. Pierce going to go back onto the dot for Utah State. Ferry directly behind him. Trying to poke that through the legs. Puck doesn't bounce his way. Baum can't hold the zone, but Sanborn takes it back in the neutral zone. Really good pursuit on the back end of this thing. Now here goes Pierce, has 2 to beat. Has help from Sanborn left. He hits the brakes, tries to find Logan Baum, but that thing does not move off the blade. Schmeichel trying to enter the zone. Taken back. Bogan forward, too far out in front of Sanborn. Picked up again by Pierce, 3-on-2. Pierce waiting, centering, a little too high for Sanborn. Now off the wall, Jacks have numbers, 2-on-2. Right to the net, poked away off the leg pad of Anderson, and Morris gets out of jail. Another big block on that far side by Pierce off the skate. 6.5 to play in the second. Great pass, nice drag around Garrett Bogan, but the shot goes wide right off the stick of Nick Kofer. Ferry finds Freegang back in the middle. Freegang again. Freegang finishes it. Tic-tac-toe and one. 6:12 to go in the second period. 7-0 Utah State.
His first goal of the night, not his first point, though. He did have an assist earlier. And him and Pfeiffer playing give and go there. I mean, the chemistry between these guys is insane. You can see it in every single play they have together.
Ferry should be getting a secondary assist on that one as well. So that'll be Jackson's second point of the night. 2 assists for him, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Aggies with at least 2 points this evening. It's going to be an ice on Utah State. 6 minutes to go in the second period. We're coming back the other way. Long weekend of hockey, the 4th game in as many days for Utah State. This one being played earlier in the day. They had very minimal rest time last night. Couldn't tell by the way they're playing.
Not at all. I mean, they look like they have their legs under them, and they've been out skating the Lumberjacks, and it's been made known on the scoreboard as it's 7-0 just in the second period. Interesting.
Oh, what a miss on a yawning cage from Dakota. They pushed that wide left. That should have been a goal. Titan Anderson got tangled up by his own defenseman.
Well, it just shows that nothing's really going their way
Freegang
tonight.
again right on the doorstep. Poked off his stick by March. March doesn't have his stick right now, though. Freegang, I think, got tangled up in his skates. Now Freegang looking to the opposite side for Bynan. Bynan had it stabbed away at the last second. That's nails defense from Dakota there with the stick out of the crease for March.
He actually took his defenseman's stick and was playing with that, if you didn't see that.
A little bit different dimensions on those sticks. Pfeiffer into the near side corner, tries to drop it for Morris. Morris will keep it inside the zone. Long shot through traffic, got through. Bynan has the rebound. Now Pfeiffer. Walton back to Bynan, he scores 5-hole. Caught March pushing post to post there.
Well, I believe it's Sam Pfeiffer picking up his second assist of the night, 3rd point to go along with that. And Reese Bynan finally gets in on the scoring, as that's his first point of the night with the goal. And that whole line of Pfeiffer, Freegang, Bynan now with goals.
4 goals a period so far for Utah State. It's 8-0 with less than 5 to play in the second. Flipped up and overhead. This will be taken in by Mooney. Mooney's pass attempt to Ramsey is knocked down, but Owen Ramsey makes a nice read and comes over to get the puck. Now Ramsey through the air was looking for Reeves on the other blue line. And we are going to have a hand pass called. No, we've got a slash being assessed now. Dylan Walton's going to the box for a slash with 4:26 to play in the second period.
So he'll add to his stat sheet. Just got the primary assist on that respine and goal. Now he'll head to the box for 2.
That is the first 2-minute minor against Utah State on the afternoon. And we'll go
it's been a really clean game.
They will. They'll go into a Preston Watts penalty kill here for 2 minutes, 4:26 again remaining on the clock in the second period. Utah State going to win the D-zone faceoff to Ramsey. Ramsey off the wall, but gloved down and kept alive. Up the wall on the near side from the blue line. Wall to wall. Shot from distance, wide right. Picked up. Schmeichel looking for an option, goes behind the net. Ramsey stabs at it. Spills out to that far post. Aggies playing tight defense right around Titan Anderson. Back up top again, shot blocked by Ferry. Kept in the zone by Crutcher, but Crutcher forced to circle out after he couldn't handle it. Quick re-entry, though, for Dakota. Shot from the far side. Spilled out initially, but covered by Titan Anderson. 3:38 to go in the period. 1:12 left on the penalty kill. Off to the left of Titan Anderson here. It's Wallace, Baum, Pilgrim, and Bogan on the ice right now for Utah State. Pilgrim's got an opportunity shorthanded. Lifted over the shoulder, but wide left. Dakota takes it down at the center of the neutral zone, but Wallace makes a nice play with the stick to free it up, taken right back in by Dakota. Shot block, Garrett Bogan on the near side. Bogan comes away with it. Aggies have a 3-on-1 shorthanded. Wallace drops for Pilgrim. Pilgrim from the top of the point. Great save by March, and an extra poke by Wallace is not necessary right now.
Oh, they're gonna let him know. 3 Lumberjacks go in there, and all right, they're gonna send Wallace to the box. Is that? That
is soft.
That is. They're giving him a slash. Wallace has no clue why. He.
Textbook example right here of letting the scoreboard dictate the officiating.
Yeah, he crashed the net on a play that there was a shot on goal.
And he
was
took
just
one
standing
poke,
there.
one poke before the whistle.
Yeah.
So 5-on-3 for 40 seconds for Dakota. Man, if they can't convert here. Bendigo's going to be out there with Loritz on the dot. Looks like Klimchuk on the far side. Aggies clear off the faceoff. So Wallace for the slash. Walton. I missed what the call was on Walton.
I want to say it was a hook.
Dylan Walton out of the box in 25 seconds. 2:45 to go in the period. Blue line to blue line now for Dakota. Down to the near side. Across the crease, floats over, and Bogan keeps the stick down. Blue line again to the far wall. Walked into the circle. Shot block Bogan into the back netting. 2 seconds left in 5-on-3.
Well, Bogan's been in the shot lanes this whole time on this penalty kill. He's got a couple block shots before the Wallace penalty, and right there, getting in that shot lane. I mean, even up 8-0, showing that you're still putting your body on the line to protect that big goose egg for Titan Anderson is pretty important to your team.
Quick pass to the near side, top of the circle on the left, and Schmeichel forced to circle back out. Excuse me, that's number 2.
Here we go.
Operud.
Pfeiffer.
Shorty breakaway. Tried to go 5-hole. Rebound comes out towards Freigang. Stabbed away from him. Aggies will hold the O-zone. Now pass all the way back to Baum in front of Titan Anderson. 60 seconds left on the kill for Utah State. 2:05 remaining in the period. Aggies clear the zone again, quickly up the wall. Pfeiffer going to apply the pressure in the neutral zone. Working so far. Spins away from the pressure in the corner. Got his stick on the puck for a second, but knocked off it, and Freegang's going to take his place on the forecheck. 40 seconds left to kill for Utah State. Another good stick knocked down by Pfeiffer right at the blue line. Freegang trying to work it through the neutral zone. Pfeiffer again from behind. Lost his skates, trying to work through the body. 20 seconds left to kill for Utah State. 1:25 to play in the period. Blue line, top of the point. Quick shot from Crutcher, never left the ice. 10 more seconds on the power play. Beautiful shot off some great passing, and again they miss wide left. It could be 8-2 right now if Dakota could find the net. Aggies kill that penalty, 1:05 left in the period. Now Freegang with Wallace offside, fresh out of the box. Tried to drag the toe.
Yeah, I think that pass was intended for Wallace, but Freegang, I mean, I would take the pass myself too.
With how good DJ's been the last couple weekends here at home.
On fire. I mean, it seems like every Aggie's been on fire.
61 seconds remaining in the second period. It is 8-0 Utah State. Gifford wins the draw. Bynen's tangled up, so Morris fires it in. Wallace repossesses in the neutral zone, finds Morris. Ty Morris been getting a lot more consistent minutes for Utah State this weekend. He's been good so far. Poked back behind Anderson with 45 seconds left to play in period number 2. Bynen with speed down the right wing, off his skate, takes an awkward bounce. Again, firing through the zone is Dakota. This will be covered by Anderson with 30 seconds left after a hard bounce off the back wall. Gifford has Bynen to his right, Wallace to his left. He's tangled up on the draw. Jacks will come away with it, send it off the far wall, but can't handle it. Here's Tate Jensen. Jensen's given a shooting lane, takes the shot, blocker save by March. Back up the wall for Wallace, leaves it for Tate Jensen. Jensen down the wall, behind net for Gifford. Gifford with the wraparound looking for that final pass. He's going to be forced into the corner instead. Puck skips away from him. Bynen tries to play it. Off the glass and out for Morris. Morris leaves it for Jensen, and that's done period number 2. 8-0 Utah State, 4 goals a period so far. Brooks, it's been an onslaught for the boys in blue.
Yeah, I mean, they really have no let up. March has been standing on his head in there with the saves he's made. He's made some really quality saves, really great quality saves, and he doesn't have a lot of help in front of him, and I'm hoping that can change. The Aggies have been swarming the Jacks in the offensive end and also in the defensive end, where the only 2 great chances that the Jacks have had was a wide open net that was missed, and then just a couple chances on that power play where they could not find the net. And I mean, in this final 20 minutes, I'd expect the same thing from the Aggies, but you don't want to get complacent. Already up 8-0, you want to keep your foot on the gas and play it like it's 0-0 heading into that third period. 8
different goal scorers for Utah State: Pfeiffer, Freegang, Bynen, Pilgrim, Ducius, Gifford, Pierce, and Sanborn. Couple guys on 2 or 3-point nights, 6 different Aggies, multiple points this afternoon. Stockton Jukes and Brooks Bessemer here with you on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. We'll take our final break of the weekend. When we come back, your last 20 minutes of the Beehive Showcase. Welcome back into the George S. Eccles Ice Center. Just about to get set for period number 3. Your final 20 minutes of action here at the Eccles this weekend. The tail end of our 8th game over the last 4 days, and man, has it been fun for Utah State especially, leading 8-0 after 2 on their way to their 4th straight win of the weekend. Stockton Jukes here with Brooks Bessemer in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth, and Brooksy, what a showing.
Yeah, it's been a great night offensively and defensively for the Aggies. On the other hand, for the Lumberjacks, it has not been too great for them. And if you are the Aggies here, you're up 8-0 heading into the final 20 minutes of the weekend. This is where a trap game comes in, where if you start playing slow and lethargic, it's going to start to trickle into the next game that you play. And what you want to do to close this one out is keep that scoring going where you got 4 goals a period, put in another 4 here in this period, and stay strong for the final 20, and that'll convey over to the next game where you can come out strong and not have that trap game effect.
Utah State closing out several weekends in a row at home here at the Eccles. It's been an onslaught of a November for the crew here at Utah State hockey. Looking forward at the schedule for the Aggies, only 4 games remaining at home throughout the rest of the season. Next up, it'll be December 5th right here at the Eccles against the University of Utah. That season series 1-1 so far with a win apiece. Utah State looking ahead in that season series before they head to Salt Lake on December 6th. That'll close out the first semester of action for Utah State. We'll get you apprised of that second semester schedule a little bit later on, but the Aggies have control of the puck to start off period number 3. Pfeiffer drops this off for Bynan on the wall. Bynan back to Pfeiffer. Now Mooney, blue line. Again, just really good motion, good passing through the zone for Utah State. And then Ramsey in the wrong spot, right as I say that. Icing going to be called here on Dakota, 30 seconds into the period. Anderson having a pretty calm day down to our right. Hasn't been challenged too often. There were a couple chances, though, for Dakota in that second period where they just missed a yawning Cage Brooks, and that's probably going to come back to haunt them. If you're Dakota, though, you're looking for some pride here at the end of the game. Just putting a couple pucks on net would certainly help.
Exactly. I mean, you're playing for pride. You're playing for the logo you're wearing. And, I mean, what you want is just you don't want to go out here skunked. You don't like getting shut out. So you want to ruin the other goaltender's day by getting rid of that shutout early on, and that's what will give them a little bit of momentum into their next matchup.
Here go the Jacks back into the zone. They're going to dump this in from the blue line. In and out of the glove of Titan Anderson, picked up by Ramsey. Tough time handling that one from Mooney. Aggies not going to turn it over, though. Here goes Freegang. 3-on-3 as the Jacks go off for a change, and poked away right at the line by Ryan Pagel, who's probably had the best game in green today for those Lumberjacks.
Yeah, he's been one of the guys.
Here we go, though. Shot opportunity blocked down by Tate Jensen. Rebound comes right out in front, nearly tipped in by Ty Morris, but it's covered up by Titan Anderson.
Well, we're talking about Pagel, but also their number 5 for the Jacks, Cage Fox. He's been all over the place. He's had the most scoring chances for the Lumberjacks tonight. But, yeah, I'd say him and Pagel, definitely the 2 guys who have been throwing their bodies out there and really trying to get stuff towards the net to generate any sort of momentum for their squad.
Kofer has also had a couple chances for these Jacks, and he's not out on the ice right now. Back to the near side. Pierce going to clear the zone. No, kick down on the blue line. Jacks will hold it for now. Pierce not going to let them. Rifles one forward for Ferry off the stick of a Jack. 1-on-1, Ferry in and out of the glove. Tried to get his own rebound, ends up outside of the zone. Morris dumps it back in, and Ferry playing dodgeball, trying to check up. About 2 minutes down now in the third period. Pierce down the wall, holding the zone. Sanborn trying to give it back to him, had that pass tipped. Jensen's got to let it go. Trickles offside. Now here go the Jacks, 1-on-1. Nice entry down the right wing. Gets around Morris, right on the doorstep. Swatted down by Anderson, pokes away the rebound.
Definitely Anderson's best save of the night right there. Point blank, able to get that pad on it and then poke it away from danger.
We mentioned a little earlier, Titan Anderson had a nice showing against Grand Canyon on Friday night. Took the Aggies to a 3-2 win. Walton pokes down that shot attempt. Utah State's done a great job of getting sticks in shooting lanes today.
Absolutely, getting their sticks and bodies in front of those shots as well is what's kind of made Titan's job a little easier than it already was.
Flip dump off the glove of a Jack. This is going to bounce out for Dylan Walton. 2-on-2. He has Revo to his right. Walton keeps it, shoots and scores. Dylan Walton tripped up. Doesn't matter. 9-0.
It was a great play to evade a defender. Kind of touch passed it to himself and kind of hopped over and around the guy.
Becomes the 7th multi-point scorer of the night for Utah State, and Revo is on the score sheet with his first assist.
Also a great shot, putting it past the glove of March.
13 different point scorers for Utah State this afternoon. "17 minutes remaining in this game. Utah State has their highest goal total of this weekend. Second highest goal total of the month. Bomb, nice couple pokes, gets himself into the zone, walks it in, and he scores 5-hole.
All right.
Your first blue liner on the sheet now in Logan Baum. What a couple moves. Aggies have double digits today for the second time this month.
So it's Logan Baum unassisted. Great move, pulling it around a defender and tucking it 5-hole on March.
Beat two guys on his way in there, poked it around the first on the blue line. Aggies forcing some bad passing from behind Anderson. They'll get this out of the zone into the path of Gifford. Gifford has Wallace to his left, 3-on-3. Drops it back towards Mooney. Way too much on that one, goes straight through the skates. Mooney's going to hold the zone, though. Good read from him on the blue line. Pagel looking for the hit, dumped down behind the net. Pilgrim throws a body on that far side. Gifford. Ramsey through the middle. Wallace a little too heavy-handed. Mooney back to Pilgrim. Pilgrim pass 2 into the corner. He is stapled on that back wall. That's another big hit from Dakota. He's going to throw some action back there and needs to be careful up 10.
Yeah, it's going to start getting chippy here, Stockton. I mean, 10-goal difference, and that's another big hit there by Gifford.
That's Gifford getting some redemption for Teague Pilgrim. Now Pfeiffer off a couple bad passes, poked off his stick, Freegang in pursuit. Dumped in by the Aggies. Freegang with some help from Pfeiffer almost had a shot there, just whiffed on it. Schmeichel dumps it in. Jensen first to it in the far side corner. Now we've got a whistle.
Looks like we got a penalty coming up.
They're going to get Pfeiffer for holding behind the play there.
Yeah, I believe it happened down right in front of us here in the Jacks defensive zone. So third penalty of the night for the Aggies.
Just their second kill, though, because they did go down 5-on-3 earlier on. So back on the Preston Watts collision and glass penalty kill for Utah State. 15-12 to play in the contest. Good tip by Freegang, sends it up and over the net. Caught on the near side by the Jacks. Couple good moves. Low shot comes in. Kicked away easily by Titan Anderson. .30 seconds off the kill for Utah State. About 14:45 to play. That one was tipped in by Schmeichel. No, he missed it. Icing on the power play. Not something you like to see.
It's precious time there to get on the board. And having to regroup from your own end isn't really what you want to do on a power play. You want to keep that puck possessed in the offensive zone.
Anytime you end up back in your own zone, that's going to take about 10 seconds off the clock, no matter what.
Absolutely.
Minute 25 to go on the Lumberjack power play. Through the neutral zone again, a little too far out in front of its intended target. This time it will be handled, though, and then taken away by a teammate. Jackson Ferry in pursuit. Ferry can't beat the 2 Lumberjacks that had his stick enveloped, but Caleb Sanborn picks a pocket. Sanborn to the doorstep. Excellent last-second poke check. That was number 74 getting in the way. Christian Crutcher. Said his name a couple times tonight.
We have, and I mean, Sanborn there looking for his 2nd goal of the night. No dice as Crutcher was there to dispossess him.
Another bad pass from Utah State in the D zone, but that shot rifled way high over the crossbar. Bad pass off the wall. Jackson Ferry finds Sanborn. 2-on-3 in transition. Ferry trying to get it back to Sanborn in too much traffic. From the right wing, good kick off the puck by Ty Morris. Now a stretch pass forward off the back heel of Reese Bynan, 1-on-1. Makes a cut down the wall, 1-on-none. Here goes Bynan looking for the 5-hole. Good kick save from March.
What a play with the deception of Bynan there. Faking one way, almost loses a defender. The defender almost takes a spill on the boards as well, but also a great save by March, kicking that one out.
Ramsey's clearance attempt goes off a body and across the crease. Now to the opposite side, Baum will chop it out. This is going to be icing as the Aggies are back to even strength. 13:03 to play in the game. .14 scores for Utah State. Nearly 3 full lines worth of points today. 7 guys with multiple. Face-off win by the Jacks. Long shot through a couple different legs. Doesn't make it through the shins of Logan Baum. Another shot wide left across the crease by Dakota. Bynan applies pressure on that far wall. Gets it back out to center ice. Dump back in off the body of Freegang. Almost generates a rush for himself. His stick taken out of his hand there. Uses his body to get Pfeiffer back in possession. Pfeiffer drops it off for Bogan. Freegang's got his stick back. Bogan, couple good cuts right through the middle. Shot off the body. Rebound out to Freegang. Freegang, reverse hit.
Huge body there by Freegang. I mean, he's so strong on his feet. He's also got the strength to just knock someone down. I mean, one of the last guys you want to run into when he's going full speed at you.
Talked about Tate Jensen being a heavy customer earlier. Freegang right up there with the best of them.
Oh, yeah.
Pfeiffer throwing Pagel around in the corner. Bynan trying to find Ramsey opposite zone. Ramsey forced back to the red line. Now Walton makes a couple good moves, but can't get past the second. Intercepted by Ramsey on the stretch pass. Feeds Bynan back in. Quick re-entry. Bynan all the way across. Walton a little behind the play. Positioning by Bynan behind the net. Finds Walton again, though, on that far post. Good glove save by March in tight space. 11:40 remaining in period number 3. Still 10-0. Mooney and Ramsey talking to each other on the blue line here, just trying to make sure everything stays kosher for the last 12 minutes of this game. Pagel off the draw. Jacks through the middle of the zone, now down the right wing. Cutting back across the circle, wide left again. They're having a hard time keeping those shots on frame. Ramsey overskates it there. Walton in to help him out. Walton beat around the corner. Now a wraparound attempt. Anderson follows it well. Secondary save on the rebound. I don't think he even knew he saved it.
No idea. He's looking around for it. Quick reaction save.
Oh, bad pass again by Utah State. Excellent idea by Mooney just to throw that into open space. Allows Ramsey to clean it up. Now Mooney through the middle. Mooney trying to go through the legs. He does. He gets to the net. Wraparound opportunity. Drops out for Gifford. Rebound. Saved off the stick and into the back glass. Mooney throws it back behind the net. Ducius throws the body. Lost the puck. Jensen keeps it in the neutral zone. Cross-ice dump. Pilgrim hit it with the stick. Knew he was offside as that got gloved down by Dakota right in front of him. 10:28 remaining in this one. Back to the neutral zone right in front of us. Gifford pokes that through. Wallace in pursuit. Gifford comes in to help him hold the zone. Wallace behind the net. Goes opposite side. Pilgrim skates over. Tries to outlet that to Gifford. Stabbed back in by Jensen. Halfway through period number 3. 10 minutes to play between Utah State and Dakota College. It's 10-0 Utah State. Jensen bodied off that one. He's going to put his body back in the way and slow down the rush, at least for Dakota. Long shot from Schmeichel. Rebound spilled in front of Tate Jensen. He cleans it up. Blue line, long shot, glove down by Anderson. Had a window to see that one the whole way. 9:35 to play in the third. D-zone face-off to the right of Anderson. That's won by Dakota. They'll take the shot. Can't get through a bunch of sticks into the back netting. If there was any chippiness at the beginning of this period, those quick 2 Utah State goals really took the energy out of this game. Everyone seems to be just going through the motions out there.
Definitely. Pretty lethargic, not a lot of energy. And, I mean, if I'm being honest, there hasn't been a lot of energy from the start, and especially from one side. It's looked like Dakota's come out of here pretty flat-footed.
Which is a shame because they looked real good on Friday. They're capable of more than they're putting out there.
Without a doubt. I mean, beating Arizona State 6-1. I mean, you come out with a little bit more energy right off the hop, and that's what changes this game from 10-0 to maybe 3-2, you know?
Far side again. Baum following that puck well. Poked out of the zone by Sanborn. This shouldn't be an icing. Ferry along that far side wall had his pocket pick from behind. 3-on-2 the other way for Dakota if they can go quickly. Drag through one. Good positioning by the body of Garrett Bogan. And again, more stick defense from Logan Baum. That puck leaks out, tipped down across the crease right behind Titan Anderson. And again, somehow just does not go in for Dakota. Pearson to the corner. Jacks back off to that far side. Right through the middle, into the circle, closest to the goal they've been all day, and again they miss wide left. Behind net, outlet pass, intercepted by Freegang. Freegang off the wall, Pfeiffer almost had it. 8 minutes to play here in the Eccles. Bynum for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looking for the roof. Good stick block right in front of March. It was Riley Opperud, the last man standing. And now an icing by Dakota. 7:51 to play. We're coming back the other way. Freegang, Pfeiffer, Bynum, the 3 up front. Ramsey, Mooney on the blue line. Bynum trying to tangle that thing up on the back wall, kicked along the wall and kept by Dakota for now. Finally taken away by Freegang. Into the circle for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer from the far side out-deked himself.
Starting to look like the Aggies are going to get a little more flat-footed here as well.
Schmeichel drags into the zone, lost the puck on a beautiful poke from Ramsey. Now Freegang from center ice to the left for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, quick entry. Tries to go back through the legs again of Opperud, can't do it. Bynum picks up the loose puck as Opperud cross-checks Pfeiffer in the back. And now they're going to get Pfeiffer for the slash on the shin.
They're both going to go. Pfeiffer hit him with the slash, and then took a shot to the chin right after.
So Sam Pfeiffer is going to get his second breather of the day in the sin bin. 7:08 to go in the third period. 4-on-4 hockey coming up. Just the second penalty against Dakota today. So, you know, despite the scoreline, despite being so flat-footed, they've been at least disciplined.
They also 1-for-1 on the penalty kill too. So a lot of the goals have come from just chances in front, rebounds, and I mean, March has looked pretty sharp.
But he's gotten stuck on a far post a couple times and tangled up with his own defenseman's sticks. So a couple good moves. Reeves makes the poke. Duchess comes away with the puck. .20 seconds down, a 4-on-4 hockey. Mooney down the right wing. Mooney past the stick. Mooney through the middle, right on the doorstep. Can't get his stick back to it at the near post. 6.5 left in this one. 1:20 on the penalties. Anderson tried to play that behind the net. It was moving too quick for him. Again, Ramsey puts the body in the way. Reeves cleans the puck up, but comes out to the near side for Dakota, circling to the top of the zone. Space opens up. Reeves swats it away. Help from Duchess. Behind the net again, trying to wrap around in front of Anderson. Poked that one through his legs from behind, but no one gets the shot off. 6 minutes left in the game. Aggies ice the puck with 51 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. As we wrap up our Beehive Showcase weekend, I want to say a big thank you to all the teams, fans, families that came out to the Eccles this weekend in support of Utah State hockey and the Beehive Showcase. Dakota playing their 3 of their 4 here in Logan. So they've gotten some pretty good time on the ice at the Eccles. Played their first in Ogden, like we mentioned, on Thursday night. Also saw Providence in here a couple times, Grand Canyon in here a couple times, Arizona State once, Northern Arizona once, Cal Berkeley once, and Boise State twice. Always love to see hockey from all around the West region descend upon Logan, Utah. 5.5 to go. Gifford in the corner. Walks this back behind March. Jensen trying to keep it alive on the near wall. Rifle through the neutral zone, kicked down. Walton comes away with it and re-enters the zone. Walton back to full strength. He goes behind the net, dispossessed. Lifted up and over. Ends up with the Aggies again, though. Here's Ferry. Kicks it around his man. Down the wall has Gifford for an outlet. Ferry takes it. Last second pass for Gifford. Too strong for his stick. Now Morris in the corner. Morris trying to poke it out for Ferry. Ferry comes away with it between the circles. Rifles one in. Good save. Rebound spilled by Marsh, but he covers the second puck. 4:28 to go. Dakota will make a full change. And it looks like the Aggies are going to change their blue liners here. Baum and Bogan coming back out for Jensen and Morris. Still Pierce, Ferry, Sanborn up front. Pierce on the dot for Utah State. Wins it back to Bogue. Bogan, drop past Sanborn. Sanborn near post, leaves it for Pierce. Behind the net, Sanborn to the far side. Pierce on top of the slot. Puck bounces over his tape. Gets it back from Bogan. Dishes over to Baum. Baum fires in towards Ferry. Nearly taken away at the far post by Sanborn. And the Jacks will clear the zone, but their skater lost his footing through the neutral zone. Pagel picks it up, takes it back in, blocked by Baum. Centering to no one. Tipped through the zone by Sanborn. Bomb chops at it in the neutral zone. It'll be picked up by March behind his own net. 3.5 to go in the Eccles. That was touched by Sanborn, no icing. Logan encounters a man on the far side of the net. He's under pressure in the corner. Kicks it free towards Sanborn, but got too much of it. Now back across the crease. Dangerous opportunity. Backhand in front of Anderson. He cannot cover it, but Ferry skates away with it.
I think that might have come off the post actually as well behind Anderson. Ferry able to scoop it up and clear it away from danger, but still chances here in the zone.
Another one wide left. And then a stick in the lane sends it into the back netting. We'll go off to the right of Titan Anderson with 3 to play. Like we mentioned, Aggie fans, your next opportunity to see the Aggies in action at the Eccles in about 12 days, December 5th. That's a Friday at home against Utah. After the game, skate with the Aggies right here on the Eccles ice. Might have to throw some skates on for that.
Yeah.
Reeves looking for Pilgrim through the middle. Excuse me, no, that was Wallace. Just a little too far out in front. Aggies ice the puck again, 2:48 to play. Mooney off the wall, kicked into the neutral zone. Rifled back in by Dakota. 2:40 remaining in this one. Ramsey given some time, finds Wallace. Wallace can't handle though. Sticks down by Anderson, picked up by Mooney. Ramsey down the left wing, has a man to his right in Gifford, and just a little too far out in front of his stick. Gifford picks it up though. Second puck finds Wallace. Wallace shot knocked down by Schmeichel.
Big hit on the near side by Pilgrim here.
And then just a little late getting back on side as Mooney tried to re-enter on the right wing. But Teague Pilgrim never shy about contact, even with a 10-goal lead and 2 to play. Got to meet Mr. Pilgrim earlier this week as we got to see a lot of out-of-town families come in for the Beehive Showcase weekend. It's one of the most fun parts for us, at least, of Beehive Showcase, getting to meet all of you guys. So really appreciated Mr. Pilgrim coming up to say hi. Got to meet Mrs. Bogan as well. Early this season, I met Tate Jensen's father-in-law, familiar with the Pierce family as well. Big shot on that far side by the Aggies. Rebound taken in by the Jacks. They've got a break down the right side. Under 2 to play. Centering out in front of Titan Anderson, and where'd it go? Into his glove. Wow.
That was a close one. That one snuck up on him. I think it hit a skate of Jensen, I believe.
I thought that went through his legs there, but he's got the glove on it somehow.
Close. But here, if you're the Aggies, you're playing for Titan Anderson now. You got under 2 minutes left, and still something super special to any goalie. So you play for your goalie here. And
Aggies having a hard time, controlling that face-off win. But they do get it to Bynan with space. Finds Pfeiffer on the skate down the right wing. Good move by Pfeiffer. Centers for Morris. Morris fires into the legs. Covered and killed by March. 87 seconds remaining. 87 seconds remaining. All in all, a pretty calm day for Utah State on their home ice for the 4th night in a row. They're going to go 4-0 on the weekend. And aside from a couple head-scratcher losses, Freegang almost gets his second there on a beautiful pass from Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer rebound shot wide right. Aside from a couple losses this season to Providence and Weber State, Utah State has looked like a real good hockey team under Eric Gearloff. That continues today as Pfeiffer keeps it in the zone. 60 seconds remaining in the game. Ramsey now leaves it for Pfeiffer. Left wing back into the zone. Centering, Freegang gets all the way through for Reeves. Reeves puts it back in front for Freegang, and a nice save by March. Ramsey swatting that one away. Free gang going to settle in the neutral zone. 30 seconds left. Reeves back down the right wing. Takes a couple bumps, lost the puck, but Mooney has it. Back down the wall for Reeves. Reeves got lost behind the defense. He'll take his time, though, trying to find a Ramsey. Ramsey pokes it away and prevents a break. No, here we go, 2-on-2 for the Jacks. Can Schmeichel break it? No, he cannot. 12 seconds left in the game. Schmeichel whiffs on the pass, left the puck behind. Reeves traps it along that wall. Schmeichel looking for an awkward angle. Swatted off the crease by Utah State's Braden Mooney, and that will keep the shutout intact for Titan Anderson. 10-0 your final score, and the man with the best flow west of the Mississippi keeps a goose egg on the board.
It was a great game all around for the Aggies, and I mean a 10-0 win over a team who really can hold their own with most other squads. It was just an off night for Dakota, and I mean, back here again, like you said, December 5th, the next time we're in the Eccles, we got some time off. We got to enjoy our holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. It was a great night calling this game with you, I guess day, I should say. Normally we're here a little bit later, but feels super late. It's been a long weekend. But again, great time here in the Eccles and an amazing win from the Aggies, a 10-0 victory. And yeah, it was a great time calling this game with you, Stockton.
Plenty more Aggie action throughout the weekend into next week before we're back here at the Eccles. Utah State basketball playing in the championship round of the Shriner Children's Classic in Charleston. That'll be on ESPN against Davidson at 7 p.m. We'll be live with you on KVNU Game Day, 6 p.m., 102.1 FM, 610 a.m., or streaming on kvnutalk.com. Utah State 5-0 on the season, taking on a 5-0 Davidson team. It's going to be white boys that can shoot threes against white boys that can shoot threes. Looking forward to that matchup for Utah State. Football getting a bowl bid last night with a 28-17 win at Fresno State, their first road win of the season. They're 6-5 as they'll host Boise State on Black Friday, 2 p.m. kickoff at the MAV. Encourage you all to get out there for that one and see Bronco Mendenhall off in his first year as the Aggie coach, taking Utah State to a bowl game at the first time of asking. Volleyball headed to the Mountain West tournament after completing an undefeated conference run, 18-0 in the Mountain West, 19 straight wins for the Utah State Aggies under Rob Nielsen. Gymnastics getting started in a couple weeks, softball getting started in a couple months. Brooks, lots of action all over the place for Utah State, and it's a great time to be an Aggie. That's going to do it for us here in the Eccles. For Brian Kirk and the rest of our crew, Brooks Bessemer, everyone for Utah State hockey, it's been a thrill of a weekend once again for the Beehive Showcase. Can't wait to do it again next year, the week before Thanksgiving, annually here at the Eccles. We'll be back on December 5th against the University of Utah. Hope to see you here for Skate with the Aggies after the game. One more time for Brooks Bessemer, Brian Kirk, and everyone on our crew. I am Stockton Juke saying go Aggies, and thanks for tuning in to Utah State Hockey on YouTube. We'll see you again pretty soon.